Hi, I'd like to talk to you about some of the hairdressing courses that you are able to do with us. We are a VTCT training centre, so all our courses are accredited. They are nationally recognised qualifications that you'll be able to use to become a hairdresser or a hairstylist, whatever term you'd like to use, and hopefully be able to work in a salon or mobile, again of your choice. A lot of online courses are what they call CPD courses, which means they're continuous development courses after you already have a qualification, but they do not give you a hairdressing qualification itself. Our courses do. So once you've completed a qualification, you will have a nationally recognised accredited qualification that you can use. Currently, we offer 3 courses where there is some content online, some content where you need to come into our academy to do assessments. The free courses are, we do a certificate in women's hairdressing. Certificate in women's hairdressing lasts over approximately 16 weeks. So you will do some Facebook Lives where we interact with you on a proper sort of interaction on a weekly basis. We tend to do that twice a week, where we will do a tutorial. We will come out and teach you some of the theory of hairdressing and some of the practical elements. We will then send you assignments that you will fill in at home, and you will send back to us via email or Facebook Messenger or whichever form of communication you'd like to use. We will then mark those for you and upload them to your e-portfolios. Once you've completed your sort of a tutorial on your assignments, what we will then do is we will invite you in for a week's intensive training into the academy. So that means you'll be able to go one-to-one with us, and actually we'll be able to see what you're doing, where your progress is, where you're stronger, where you're not so strong, etc. And you will work on live clients. At the end of that week, we will then set you case studies. Now, case studies will be cuts and colours, depending obviously on the course that you choose. And you'll then go home and complete those case studies, and you'll record them so that we can actively see what you've done, how you've done it, and whether we feel that they're competent results or not. So hopefully by the end of 16 weeks, we'll be able to give you your qualification. There is a couple of exams that you'll need to come into the salon to do. They're not too difficult, nothing to be too scared of. They're multi-choice questions, and we make sure that you know all the answers to everything you may need well before you ever sit them. But once you've completed all of those assessments, assignments, exams, we'll then be able to claim for your qualification. Okay, so the other 2 courses you can do, as I just explained, a certificate in women's hairdressing, which is everything. So that's all aspects of hairdressing. So cutting, colouring, styling, updos, etc. Or you can do a quicker course where you can do a certificate in either cutting or colouring hair. Now, the courses where you do either cutting or colouring tend to be about 8 weeks in length, so half of what you would need to do on your certificate in women's hairdressing. So the other things I need to tell you about is obviously the fees. Now, all our courses can be paid for monthly. We allow you to spread those terms over a year. So if you did the certificate in women's hairdressing, as explained, it would take about 16 weeks to do. But you can continue to pay for that over 12 months. So it makes it a little bit more bite-sized, a little bit more achievable for you. If you were looking to join on to one of our courses, we would ask for a £100 deposit, and we will send you a payment link as soon as you decided that you would quite like to have a place reserved, and you'll be able to pay that directly via the link. Then you will pay monthly from the time of the start of your course over a duration of either the 16 weeks if you want it to get paid off, at the time of the course a bit quicker, or across the 12 months if you want to spread that payment further. So if you were looking at doing the certificate in women's hairdressing, the total cost for that course is £695. So you will pay a £100 deposit, and then you will pay the remainder which is around £600, just under, over 12 months. So you'll be looking at £50 a month. If you were doing the certificate in either cutting hair or colouring hair, same thing, £100 deposit. They are £395 in total, both courses, either or, are £395. So you'll pay £100 deposit, and then the remainder, the £300, will be spread over whatever period you like, up to 12 months. Okay, so nice and bite-sized for you. What else can I tell you? Kit-wise, you will need some hairdressing kit if you're doing some of our hairdressing courses via sort of Facebook Live and obviously in your homes. You're going to need a hairdressing head. What you're going to want is a human hair hairdressing head. There's lots of hairdressing heads that you can purchase online. You can go on eBay, Amazon, you know, secondhand sites, etc. If you do that, which you're more than welcome to, be very careful that you don't get synthetic hair. A lot of the time they say they're human hair and they're not. They are synthetic, 80%, sometimes even less. If they are not human hair, you're not going to get the same density, so it's not going to be the same when you cut it. They tend to leave quite chunky lines in there, and if you touch them with any heat sort of styling tools, curling tongs, straighteners, they melt, okay? So it does need to be 100% human hair. We can obviously get these for you, and again, you know, kit is something we'll speak to you about if you decide that you want to do one of our courses. The other thing you're going to need if you're doing some hair at home is some hairbrushes. You're going to need a couple of hairbrushes. You're going to need some clips. So there's different forms of hairdressing clips, crocodile clips, or these are the ones that we tend to use in hairdressing more so these days because they're a little bit more professional. Okay, you will need a professional cutting comb. It cannot be any old comb that you've got in your drawer. It needs to be a proper quality comb. They tend to be carbon, so again they don't break very easily, teeth don't fall out, and they don't melt when we use straighteners and curling tongs. And of course, obviously, you're going to need scissors. So scissors tend to be between 5 and 6 inch in length, and that is the total length from here to here, not just the blade length, okay? Okay. Scissors we can get you, or again you can get yourself, but if you're getting them on the internet, be really careful because they're not always very sharp, they don't always do the job. I've got lots of students who've bought things online, it's completely wasted their money because they've been unusable. So I'm just looking at my list. What you're going to need is a hairdressing head. If we get one for you, it will be 100% human hair, like we said, professional training heads, and they are £59. We can get you some scissors. Scissors tend to be between sort of £35 and £40, depending on whether they've got thinning scissors in there with them. Brushes, we would recommend a set of at least a couple of brushes. So these are GHD brushes, and you're looking at £29.99 for your brushes. You will need professional combs, so you will need a cutting comb. You will also need, I haven't got one out, but you will also need a pintail comb for when you're doing foils and some of your styling work, and the clips, as I said. If you want us to get you that entire kit, the entire kit will be £159. Or of course, as I said, you're more than welcome to resource them yourself, and we'll give you a kit list if you would prefer to do that. But when you buy it for us, you know that you're going to get, you know, what you've paid for. You're also going to need a hairdryer. Now, a hairdryer is better to have a professional one because obviously the results that you're going to get are completely different. And if you're going to be a hairdresser, then you need professional equipment. So whether you buy it now or whether you buy it in 3 or 6 months' time, you're going to need one, okay? We would recommend a GHD hairdryer. GHD hairdryers range from about £99 upwards. We can get you a bit of discount on that and get you one for £89 if you want to purchase one from us. Or again, like I said, you can obviously access them elsewhere and, you know, buy your own. You can use whatever hairdryer you've got in your house currently, but we recommend that you get a professional one at least at some point in the near future, okay? What else can I tell you? Our courses are adult courses. When you go into the colleges, The colleges tend to have very young, you know, sort of students in their courses. Some of my students on our courses are well into their 60s, and I mean well into late 60s. I even had a lady one time, she was 71. She got nothing better to do, wanted something to fill her time, and something she always wanted to do was hairdressing. So she came along and did our classes. I'd say our average age is between 30 and 65, because like we said, you know, lots of young ladies have lots of other commitments with kids in school and stuff, so it tends to be when you're a bit more adult, a little bit more mature, that you've got more time and more money to be able to do things. So if you're a little bit older, please don't worry, because, you know, like I said, lots of people on our courses are. We also do younger classes. We've got classes where I've got students on their 16, 17, you know, into their early 20s, that literally a whole range of people want to come and do hairdressing. So these are adult classes. We do expect you to put in a little bit of commitment in there. You know, hopefully you're not sat on your mobile phone texting or on Facebook like, you know, the young people tend to be in colleges, because actually you want to be able to learn and do this course and take the most from it. So, what happens is the courses start in the first week of March. So if you want to come along and join us on Facebook, what we will do is there's a closed Facebook group. We have, if you haven't already, please add yourself to HBB Training Academy. We have another Facebook page that is called HBB City Centre Styling, and that's our big salon in the middle of Broadmead. But we also have a closed training group, so anybody who pays for the courses will be added to that, and that's where we'll put all your tutorials. So as well as Facebook Live and tutorials that will be sent to you, you will be added to an e-portfolio with VTCT, which is the awarding body who will give you your qualification. There's also another online lab of resources, which is called Pivot Point, where we will send you lots of resource books. There's quizzes on there, mock exams, lots of sort of tutorials, all sorts of things. So it's a whole network of hairdressing resources for you, and we'll send you that. So that's all included in your price, okay? So it is a little bit more than just some of the tutorials that you watch online. This isn't the same as going on YouTube and just watching a video on how to do a cut. This is a fully interactive, full qualification that you will need to obviously be able to show competency in being able to achieve. But it's fun, and you'll make more friends, and hopefully find some new skills that you didn't know you had, and become a hairdresser in the very near future. It's an amazing industry that we work in. You know, lots of fun, lots of memories are made every day, and the clients that we meet and the skills that we need to be able to create all of the styles for you. And I'm looking forward to be able to teach that to you. So if you are interested in joining one of our courses, please message us. And if you decide that you would like to, you know, come along, we'll send you a payment link for your deposit, or answer any other questions that you want prior to that happening. Okay, so hopefully we'll speak to you soon, and hopefully we'll be teaching you hairdressing. Thank you. Bye-bye.